That office tower in the city center likely has a $2 billion price tag. For most people, owning even a single floor of a building like that would require several lifetimes of salary. But there is a way to own a piece of it before your coffee gets cold. Using a smartphone and about $100, you can buy a fractional slice of that exact same building. This is possible through a real estate investment trust, or REIT. In Singapore, these trusts are a massive part of the local economy, making up about 10% of the entire Singapore exchange. They allow thousands of people to pool their money to buy and operate major properties. These trusts use the 90% rule. Usually, profits hit a heavy tax toll booth before reaching shareholders. But by paying out 90% of income, trusts bypass this corporate tax entirely. Skipping the taxman routes more rent to you, averaging a 5.9% annual payout in Singapore. This makes them a regulated way to collect passive income from real billings without the hassle of being a solo landlord. A 5.9, it ignores the imaginary accounting drop to reveal the actual rent checks hitting the landlord's bank account. Looking at these takeaways, you'll see that FFO also ignores one-time events, like selling off a property for a quick cash boost. It only counts the money made from ongoing business. By tracking the FFO, you confirm that the dividend is funded by actual tenants, not by accounting tricks or one-off sales. Beyond the income, you also need to check the structural safety of the trust to ensure it can survive an economic downturn. Think of a trust's gearing as the mortgage on the building. It measures how much debt the landlord took on to buy the property. To prevent the kind of overborrowing that causes real estate crashes, Singapore law strictly caps this debt at 50% of the building's value. For an extra layer of safety, many investors look for trusts with a mortgage load comfortably below 40%. This ensures the landlord has a buffer if interest rates suddenly rise. Next, you check the occupancy rate and a metric known as WALE. This WALE metric acts like a timer, telling you exactly how many years tenants are legally committed to paying rent before their contracts expire. Ideally, you want to see that the building is at least 95% full and that the lease timer shows several years of guaranteed rent ahead. This combination of low debt and long-term contracts provides a level of stability that most typical stocks simply cannot match. To put this into practice, you can follow a professional routine to evaluate any trust before you buy in. Check 1. Is the dividend supported by cash flow? 2. Is the mortgage under 40%? 3. Is the building over 95% full with stable leases? 4. Does the price match the underlying bricks and mortar? 5. Is the deal breaker, how the managers are paid? Some managers prioritize growing the total value of the properties they oversee, rather than the profit those buildings make for you. If a manager gets a raise just for buying more buildings, even mediocre ones, it can quietly shrink your share of the profits. Using these checks shifts your perspective. You aren't just picking a stock symbol. You are a landlord conducting an interview to hire a trustworthy property manager. Your next move is to pull up a fact sheet for a real property trust on the Singapore Exchange and run these checks yourself. Financial knowledge only truly compounds when you use it.